Welcome to our regular session in continuity of Foundation of Personal Success. It's a web series we started couple of months ago, and we discuss different topics. We discuss character ethics, core values, core skills, principles, intelligences, and from last couple of weeks we are discussing and highlighting some career or job hunting related stuff. And especially today's topic is so important, that is for career changing, because many people they find in later their stage that their current job is actually not their um, their passion. Therefore, they get bored, or they cannot earn enough money, or they don't like their current job. They hate actually their job, so they will go for the next job. Uh, Most probably the change of new career. Many people they choose the new career or new job by accident, but here we our approach is to deliberately, consciously choosing a new career. And which type of career we can choose, I will share some of the thing briefly, keeping the fact that we will have a short of time, because it's a very vast topic, very vast topic. But I will try to touch the things in briefly, and some of the things little bit stretchy as well. So let's start it. Hello, let's start it. So because it's a long session, so I want to be brief and contract it a couple of slides. So let's start from the right. Why we need actually job, why we do jobs, why we do work, why we think about our career. These are very important and foundational question and thoughts come in mind. Many people think that they don't want to do job, they don't want to do work anymore, or never, they hate work. Probably they born with the golden spoon. Their family, their father is a very rich man, or mother is very rich, so they don't want to do job. But sooner or later they will get bored and start a new job, because human being by nature or by nurture is bound to do work, because it is our identity. Our identity is mainly three things. We feel that we are human being because we work, we continuously work, day and night work. Um, Other species, animals, plant, they don't work. That is a very much humanistic activity which we do. Is right and wrong. And also we do work because we continuously thinking about certain things which other animals they don't do. So our thought process is actually compelling us to do some work for our living, or for our interest, for our just keep us busy, our mind as well. Otherwise, it's a very famous thought that idle brain is a devil's workshop. You must listen these type of quotation. If you don't work, your friend and family, they say you, um, that your devil will be occupy your mind if you don't work. And also the third identification of as a human is we are very passionate. We become very passionate about things. We become so emotional about certain aspect of the life, so that also compel us to do that work which make us emotional. For example, many people are very sensitive about child care. Many people are very sensitive about human development or environment. So they start to do job in that field, isn't it? So that's why we do work. So working is our human nature. Even if we go to um, in a big prime minister or president's houses and their family, or even here we have a queen Elizabeth and the royal family, and I mean many rich families up across the world. Everybody is doing work. They are doing their businesses. They become multi-millionaire, but they are in somehow involved in work. So work is a very much humanistic phenomena. Yeah. And we do work in so many different categories. Which type of profession you like? Well, it does not depend which I like. I want to do work which I am. I mean, probably I like to be a president. Probably I like a profession to become a surgeon in a medical field, but it doesn't necessarily I should become a surgeon. So liking is different, and what you need to do is a different thing. And why it is this? There are many reasons. The mainly thing which I will come later, why we should choose the career. So you may be a skillful worker, or you are an office person, as a manager or as an employee in administrative capacity, or you are a very highly technical person like a doctor or engineer, or someone who is really expert technically, or who make computer, or nowadays very much people are in food industry becoming a chef, or some people are in repair works, repairing cars, repairing fridge, TV, repairing mobile smartphone, um, repairing homes, repairing gardens, and so many things. So many thousands of profession and fields in the market. Which one you need to go? How you will identify yourself, which is the best one for you? Not what the other people are doing, but more importantly, what you can do at your best. That is a good question. And actually, when you go for any job, the other person, the interviewer or HR manager, ask you this specifically question: why you want this job? It's a very um, fundamental question of any job interview. Why you want to do this job? And then you explain. So mostly people, they have very memorizing typical answer of this question. Yeah. And whatever they do, they start to flattering. Oh, yeah, I love your company. Oh, I love this field. Oh, I love. So they mostly 80% people, they lie at the job interview. They have a very good lying skill, um, because they are doing job for actually something else. They are not doing job for that bloody company. Excuse me. They are not doing job for that particular industry. Actually, many people are doing job for food, water bills, clothing, renting, paying the rent, yeah, and buying a very good bed, which they cannot afford, unfortunately. Or if they have a kids, they want to give their kids bread and butter securely, more stably. That's why we do job, is it now? Mostly people they do. Um, Probably 70-80% people they do jobs for very essential materialistic reasons, and therefore they become like this when they go to office. um, because either they haven't slept last night or they are overloaded with the filing or office work which they hate to do, and your boss will be sitting like this, that why have we hired this stupid, this person who becomes liability in our office. Yeah, because if there are bad employees but good, it is a bad news for good boss, because good boss need a good employee, but they are not, they are very sad. So what happens at workplace? If this is a situation, then there are conflict at workplaces, is enough. I have many conflict with my co-workers or with my previous boss or bosses. I left many jobs. I resigned actually many jobs because of many conflicting things. It's not because I was not able to do these jobs, but it is because these jobs were not for me, and that's why. Um, so basically, it was due to the personal management flaws, and that happens with almost every employee or majority of the employees. I must say 80% employees, they have a bad experience, or they do have a job satisfaction, dissatisfaction, sorry. Yeah. Um, and they try to kill the time at the workplace, or they sometime they don't want to do at all. um, and when they we talk about their career, oh, do you know what is a career behind this job? If you will do good work in your job, then you have a proper career. There is a ladder, and you can pass this ladder, and when you will climb up this ladder, at the top you will become a boss actually. You will become a senior manager or director of this department actually. Which looks fictitious for many people actually. They don't want to listen this because they don't want to do that job, no matter there is a ladder. And by the way, 90% jobs in a market nowadays are jobs without any ladder, or maybe one or two steps of the ladder. So therefore, when we have a poll, when we did a survey, it's not my survey, I just took from one of the reference from internet, that why they have a dissatisfaction at job. So number one cause of the job's dissatisfaction is a stress on the job. Yeah. And Why people have a dissatisfaction at a job? That is, there are many reasons. Number one reason obviously is a stress, but that stress is not because of overloaded work. That possibly that could be, but mostly because they don't want to do this work. Do you think that if you love your work, no matter you have a huge work for you in office, you can do it? You will do happily. Yes, there will be a stress. Yeah. Um, but still, you will be not doing that job very uh, with a great efficiency, with a great interest. So because you were not designed for that job. I remember I was a manager in a reputed company in London, and some people did a whisper. Yeah. And what they whisper with each other that Maratib, myself, is not designed for this job. And when I listen behind the wall, and I became very amazed because I was doing amazing or at my work, but because the other person was pulling against me, uh, actually he was talking with my boss. So I was very amazed at that thing. But later I spoke with my boss, my director, about their reservation and conspiracies against me or from my some of the co-worker. Then I made them very clear that I'm very happy with my job, and but obviously I will leave that job after certain time because I will go further in my career, which I cannot do in this company. So obviously, I resigned that job after I think 6 months, and then I jumped to another job on a higher position, higher role, with a higher salary, with good benefits as well. But that's was very normal. The second reason why you are not satisfied happy at job because of your pay, or many people rate that the pay is a one and only big thing that make you dissatisfied at your job. You agree or not? I think mostly people agree. Even your job is not good, not type of industry you are or role you are doing, but if your pay is high, your productivity can be high. And many people have a mindset that oh, no matter I'm not suitable for this job because I'm a nephew of the boss, and I came here because of reference or because of recommendation or because of some reference, but I'm happy because I'm getting paid very good, and they are there. But do you think that he or she will eventually lose that job after maybe 1, 2, 3 years because or she was not made for that job, even though he was or she was paid have a higher salary? Of course, they will not stay there because of the complexity in employment in every culture. Until you are not passionate, you cannot stay longer in that job. That we learned in the last week, that if you can cover vast area of your job or in a department, then you can actually remain there. But if you are on a specific or objective work at your work, like if you are only at a reception, or front man in a sale, or front man in a IT support, there your job is at highly risk, because that job or role can be performed by your senior people, and that's happening nowadays. why there is so much unemployment, especially in COVID-19. We are witnessing the most disaster and most unfortunate time in our human history in USA, in UK, in well developed country and underdeveloped nation all across. And who people are losing their job? The first people are those who are on a front of their department because of their limited job role. So therefore, because they are not multitasker, so therefore they have to lose the job. So if you are losing your job, you have to go for the next job. But which job you will do? Well, if you are not in current job, according to your passion, according to your qualification or something, you will go for new career. And I will help you how you can find a new career briefly, not in details. Um, so let's go again, come back to this poll. As number three reason, you are not getting promotion by your boss. That's why you want to lose job. You don't like your work. There is no job security. Or my supervisor is dash dash. We often say bad words against my supervisor or boss or my manager when I'm at home with my partner. Don't you do? Many people they love when they are doing a dinner with the partner. They are talking often about their boss in a very bad manner. Um, I was not actually, but later in some jobs, I was sharing some bad experiences about or some incompetencies of my boss with my wife. But obviously, but that was not because of my job dissatisfaction, but as a routine or as a chit chat or for my gossip. But many people they do deliberately with their girlfriends, boyfriend, and they are telling about each and every bad stuff about their boss because they are dissatisfied at the work, and also because of co-workers. Some co-worker give you very bad tough time because they are doing their leg pulling, because they are doing backbiting against you, and they are doing some hidden agendas or conspiracy, and they are whispering with the boss against you for something. So there are so many reasons people are dissatisfied. And nowadays, uh, COVID-19 is a biggest reason because employers they don't have money to give you the salary. Um, their organization at the big risk and threat to close down. So before they close down, they don't want to waste any saving on your salaries or your benefits. So therefore, they have to fire you, unfortunately. So anyway, whatever the reason um, they have, um, they will do certainly. And unfortunately, we have a crisis of good jobs. I'm going to show you a 4 minute video, and this 4 5 minute video is amazing video. Will give you that how in United States people are facing a crisis of a good jobs because people have very bad jobs there. So many people they are doing very patchy, very bad jobs, very, some people say junk jobs, some people say donkey jobs, some people say just for their survival. So this gentleman, he's a researcher, he's an author as well. I just took a clip about this, and then we will come back after 4 minutes. Yeah, I'm sure my voice is okay because I turned on my speaker volume up as well. Um, if not, please let me know. Otherwise, I will turn off my computer sound. And now you can enjoy this small clip of video. You can turn on your speaker louder and then see you in couple of minutes.
The rate of unemployment is at a 5 decade low, but worker pay is going nowhere. Wages rose just 3.3% over the past year. Minus inflation, that means almost no wage growth at all. What's going on? It used to be that a very low rate of unemployment caused employers to pay more in order to attract and keep workers. It was a virtuous cycle. Those higher wages increased overall consumer spending, which created still greater demand for goods and services, which in turn pushed employers to create even more jobs. But something very different has been happening. The lowest rate of unemployment in 50 years isn't raising wages. Why not? Because workers have no bargaining power. In the labor market decades ago, more than a third of private sector workers belonged to unions, which strengthened their bargaining power. But today, after decades of union bashing, only 6.4% are unionized. And when there's an uptick in demand today, employers have less reason to raise the wages of their employees. Technology has made it easy for them to outsource work to lower wage contractors or to workers abroad, and also to automate the jobs out of existence. In many ways, the old sequence of job growth leading to wage growth has reversed itself. One reason we're seeing continued job growth is the lack of wage growth. Because labor costs so little, some employers are finding it cheaper to add jobs than to automate or outsource abroad. So rather than celebrate the lowest rate of unemployment in 50 years, we should be concerned that so many of the jobs being created are lousy ones. Adjusted for inflation, most workers still aren't earning as much as they did in the year 2000. Stagnant and declining wages are bad for everyone, not just the bottom half of the workforce, because the American economy cannot sustain itself unless Americans have adequate purchasing power. Consumer spending is 70% of the economy. Consumers have been able to keep spending even though their pay hasn't risen by going deeper into debt. Total consumer debt, including credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, and student debt, is now higher than what it was back in 2008, before the financial crisis. Now, obviously, this can't go on forever. More fundamentally, an economy dependent on stagnant or declining wages for maintaining employment is not a good economy. Americans know this. According to a recent survey, most workers say their current jobs are mediocre, that's 44%, or bad, 16%. 70% believe the economy is rigged to favor people at the top, and they're right. America doesn't have a jobs crisis, we have a good jobs crisis. And the way to remedy it is to expand and strengthen unions, raise the minimum wage, enlarge wage subsidies with bigger earned income tax credits, increase eligibility for overtime pay, encourage employee ownership, and in general, give working people a bigger piece of the economic pie. Over the long term, these steps aren't just good for workers, they are good for America.
Thank you. So, obviously, in that clip, the gentleman is saying about it's a huge crisis, even though that's a very outdated video, but it's still relevant with our. It's a couple of years ago. That video came like in 2005, I think, but still it's very relevant in today's life. Um, and let's go further before because we need to cover a lot of other things as well. So, what is a job? Why we want to do job? And basically, in my personal opinion, and also for many great authors like Stephen Covey and Richard Balls and other people, that until you don't have a purpose of your life or purpose of your job, you will not be able to find the correct job or a career. Your current job leading to a career must be a mission oriented, must be a passion related, passion fueled, um, and also you need to know what the world needs out of from your job. So you need to find the purpose of your life. Or many people find, after finding the purpose of life, they find the purpose of job. So obviously, which I earlier mentioned you, that our jobs are not for only food, paying the bills of the home, or paying rents only, or bread and butter, but it should associate with higher purpose of the life, higher mission of the life. Everybody is very emotional about their life, and people around, or maybe surrounding society, or maybe environment, or maybe they are sensitive about other species, animals, birds, maybe other causes. There are so many causes. You need to find which cause you belongs to. What is the reason of your life? Why you are staying in this life? Why you don't want to die? What make you not? What make you more bold to stay in this world? Think about these questions. Do you have a mission, or your only mission is that you don't want to have a mission, or just you want to make or become a filthy millionaire, or a person who is just have so much money, that's it? Is that your mission? Is your mission have some relate with values? Is your job, of course your job is for earning a money, but is that money is also linked with any moral cause? I know many people, they spend 5% or 10% of their monthly income in some charity. That is their amazing, because they are doing job for certain mission. They have a cause. Maybe that cause is directly or indirectly linked with their childhood experience, or in any other part of their age, which they were emotional on that time due to certain unforeseen event, and now they have made this purpose to um, to serve other people in certain situation or event which she or he does not want to face at all. You know, there are so many crimes, there are so many causes which you can work, you can associate yourself, and you can do that jobs in specific thing. If you are not directly in that field, but you can sponsor, or you can at least pay some percentage of your salary in that cause. Or there are so many reasons. So what is your mission actually? Have you tried to write your any mission statement on a piece of paper? If not, then I must strongly recommend you today, find a time and write a personal mission statement. And there are very key questions you can answer on that. What make you live in this world? Why you don't want to die? What are your emotional events in your life, and you don't want other people to face these events, these sorrowful events? Usually your mission is is a result of something sorrowful or a grief, or when you became very emotional, and still you become emotional. If you think about that, if you think any relation of current event with your partner, or you're talking about this thing with your friend and family, and you start to cry or you start to become so sad. So you can find the mission. Obviously, my this lecture or this class is not for specific this, that how to write or find the mission of your life, but I'm just giving you some clue and you can do that. Yeah. uh, you can write a mission in many ways. Yeah. Like one of the mission, vision, and values of one of our organization is this. Some of also have written mission statement like this. If you Google that how to write a mission statement and some example of the mission statement, a personal mission statement, you will find so many. And that is the highest productivity of your life ever you can do. If you are watching my video, I must stress you to go and write a mission of your personal life. And if you need happy, 10 years ago, I think 10 years ago, I wrote my life mission with this website, Franklin Covey's website. You can note down, this link will help you to how to write your family mission, personal mission, your team mission, your organization mission, your company mission. So you can go and follow the steps, and at the end of this exercise, you will get a 1 page or 2 page mission statement, and that mission statement you straight away put on your bedroom where you are sleeping every day, so that when you are wake up and when you are still sleeping, you must see that or read that every day, every week at least. So that make you give you a great motivation. Live with a purpose. Yeah. So that is a highest productivity you can do. Yeah. So let's try now. Let's how we can change the profession if we are in a wrong job. Let's start it quickly. Otherwise, it will be longer. I give you an example. I know this person very closely. That man is a mid-aged man, and he is now very successful entrepreneur because he switched from previous job and become a businessman. Why? Because his natural passion was computer IT, but he was doing something else. He was more philosophical and more religious type of person, but he was doing a different job, a different industry. He start to love to create money or create wealth because he born in a very poor socioeconomic background. Now he decided that he will earn money, he will become millionaire, he will follow his natural passion, which was a IT, and he will follow his thought or natural type of person, which he was a religious or more philosophical person. He combined all these industry or field, and now he what he did, imagine, he set up online shop, and that online shop was selling the religious products with the IT skills which he had already. And by doing this, he start to create wealth. So this is just an example how he combined his interest and what was the outcome and what he did. He did all set up online shop, and now he is a rich man, and he is very satisfied because all things are in his current business. See, so now you can also start your job, new job, or become an entrepreneur. Obviously, my current this lecture is not for how to start a business, but this is just an example. So you can do as well based on your natural passion or interest, and obviously that need a coaching, that needs proper guidance step by step, which I can give you as well, like I'm giving guidance to many people who wants to change their career, who are not happy with their current jobs. So if you are interested, please let me know. I will help you. But I'm going to tell you some of the basic thing here you can do yourself by yourself, help yourself. So why it is that? Because a successful person, it is no wonder that he or she can 3 to 5 jobs or career in the whole life. It's very normal. So you need to find that. And but these type of 3 to 5 jobs are not like a small or patchy jobs or donkey jobs, or just these are proper jobs. So I believe maybe you are in a industry or doing a job 5 7 years, and then you change the career to for another 5 7 years, and then another 5 7 years. So if you are doing 3 to 5 career changing, it's normal. You can rate yourself a successful person. But if you have done so many jobs, like 30 40 50 jobs, even you don't know how many jobs you have done for very small period of time even, so you can think that you must need a career guidance. So that's how you can evaluate yourself. Also, the career changing is a spontaneous phenomena of your career, of your life. Yeah, and because that career changing is can be linked how much you are satisfied, you are happy, or you are too emotional with your current life. No problem if you are happy. But if you are not happy and you are keep changing your jobs, if you keep changing your career, you are not loyal with your current employer, and you are thinking you have found a job, and you know that you will change after a couple of months to another job and then another job, that's not make you happy. You have to stay for a couple of years in a career, and you will actually stay if that career or that very much job is related with your natural passion, which because due to that job you found your voice, or you are helping other people to find their voice, like habit number 8 Dr. Stephen Covey said that that's the title of the habit: find your voice and inspire other to find theirs. If this is a thing, obviously you will live and work in that organization for long term. I know many people who are doing this job uh, in their field in organization for 30 years, 40 years, but these people are now coming is very less now in our society and culture because of job stability, because of many reason. But one of the reason because people, since people don't find their natural talent, natural passion, and their spirit to work in specific industry, therefore they lose their job very quickly. They really believe on personality ethics. They will make they maybe some physical appearance they can change. They become very tight and clean and very good employee on a superficial level, but after certain weeks or months or maybe year, they cannot sustain on this personality temporary ethics or superficial way of stuff, and eventually they will be fired from the job, or they will resign from that job with a bad experience. not a good experience, because they did not job because of certain reasons. Only financial reason is not enough. Yeah. So um so there is no doubt that mission oriented professional people are extremely dedicated and focused on their mission and its fulfillment. However, they should have or learn employability skill to change or move career as depend on the social or personal circumstances. Of course, changing the career is a great thing. And now, especially in COVID, if you have lost your job, or if you know that your job is at a high risk and someone's other job is high risk, then you can give them these tips. For example, there are a couple of methods how you can change your job into from one industry to other industry with one title to other title. So this is presenting in my favorite book, What the Color Is Your Parachute. And I took this diagram from there for because it serves the purpose what I'm looking for to tell you. So, for example, that gentleman or lady, um, sh- they um, he or was an accountant in a television industry, but he or she later found that they want to become a reporter in a medicine industry for a medicine industry. But if they want to become straight away in that, it means he or she will change the industry and title as a reporter is very difficult. No one will hire them because his background or her background is accountant in television industry. But there are two way how he or she can change easily or in a gradually two steps. The first step is first he should switch the department in the same television industry. So for example, he was accountant. Now he should apply in the same television industry or TV channel or something that he wants to become a reporter. So once he become a reporter in the same industry, then he can now become a reporter in a medicine. So now he or she should apply for job in a medicine field, and that's how he can. But people do not have a good sense that how they can change gradually their path, uh, their job through a path, because they always have a difficult path. The same thing, the other way is first you change your job title. Yeah. Um, yeah. So here, sorry, now you can change your job industry. So, for example, you were accountant in a television industry, but now you apply accountant in a medical medicine field. Yeah, that you can do. A lot of people they do. Oh, I'm a good secretary in a school, but now I want to become a secretary in some government job. So people will accept you because at least your job nature is same. But no matter the industry is different, but environment you can adapt easily. That's you need adaptability and other many core skills as well. And once you are in a medicine field, you will switch from accountant to become reporter easily. So that's a small, very simple way to switch your field. Another a great example in the same book is a person who was a carpenter. He has also a good gardening skill and he loves a psychiatric field as well. Like he wanted to become a psychiatric professional, maybe a doctor, or he was a psychologist or she was a psychologist. But what but later he decided that he will do a job which is based on all three interests. So he has a skill of gardening, he has a carpentry skill, and he has a knowledge of psychology as well. So there is so apparently what type of job he or she can do based on these? I think nothing. If you will ask me, I will say he cannot do any job. He will do a job as a carpenter only, or as a gardener, or as a psychology professional, if he or she has a psychology qualification or professional experience. But all three are very different fields, isn't it? But imagine that person found a job in which all these field and skills were using and successfully, and he started to earn a great money because he had this. So he combined this all these skills. And I want to share a story of that person, as Richard um, explained in his that book, that how he used that field and skills of carpentry and gardening, and he is now at a well in a job. And that same thing you can do if you have a different skills and knowledge of different fields or experience. You can combine and change your career. This is another great way to change your career. So I took that paragraph from that book, yeah, and we will read it because it help us in detail how that person used both carpentry skill and gardening skill with extra knowledge of psychology as a psychiatrist, and then what he did actually. So let's read it out. One second. So I would request Jenny if you can read it, please. Thank you. Sorry, we can't hear you. Maybe your microphone is mute.
I was muted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Here's how to go about doing that. Let us say your three favorite knowledges are gardening and carpentry and a limited knowledge of psychiatry. What you want to do is use all three expertises, not just one of them, if you possibly can. So put those three favorite knowledges on a series of overlapping circles as seen in the preceding page. Now, to figure out how to combine these three, imagine that each circle is a person. That is, in this case, psychiatrist, carpenter, and gardener. You ask yourself which person took the longest to get trained in their specialty. The answer here is the psychiatrist. The reason you ask yourself this question is that the person with the longest training is most likely to have the broadest overview of things. So you go see a psychiatrist either at a private clinic or at a university or hospital. You ask for 15 minutes of his or her time and pay them if necessary. Then you ask the psychiatrist if she knows how to combine psychiatry with one, just one, initially, of your other two favorite knowledges. Let's say you choose gardening here. Doctor, do you know anyone who combines the knowledge of psychiatry with the knowledge of gardening or plants? Since I'm talking about a true story here, I can tell you what the psychiatrist said. Yes, in working with catatonic patients, we often give them a plant to take care of so they know there's something that is depending on them for its future and its survival. And how would I employ a knowledge of carpentry? Well, in building the planters, that's a start, isn't it? This is the way you learn how to combine your three favorite knowledges all at once, no matter what 3 days may be.
Thank you. So, you see how you can combine your favorite things and build something very unique and that is a sign of creative people as well. Like I earliest give you the example that how that gentleman combine his religious or philosophical interest with his natural skills of computer, and because he wanted to earn more money, that's then he played with this and he start to set up a great online business. So and same thing, these are just two three example how you can change your career. There are so many other way how you can change your career, and why you change your career we earlier learned about this thing. So um, in this book, What the Color is Your Parachute is a great book. There are so many, four, five other big methods how you can change your career. You can buy this book, and you can read them as well. I cannot tell you all these details because obviously I don't have enough time, and you can use this book as a self-help book and do your best like I did. So I found this book, I think, in 2014. Yeah, when I resigned from my one job, and because I wanted to change to another great job or great industry, so I did not had any guidance, because I could not afford a career advisor or career coach on that time. So I found this book and just I read this book, and started to act upon key ideas in that book, and then I found another career. So you can also one of the person who is watching that video as well. That's why I recommend this book, because this video I'm presenting you in a personal capacity. I'm not here to in a professional capacity, like I'm representing any company. So therefore, you can recommend. I recommend you this book. But if you need any coaching or career guidance, I'm happy to give you. You can text me or you can email me your interest, and I will respond you accordingly. Even though I'm also an entrepreneur, I'm very busy in my stuff, but I will try to help you as much I can do. So um, that's it. Um, and before I will conclude, the last lecture which I did and presentation was great for detailed about how you can discover your skills, your natural skills. You can go in my previous video on my YouTube channel, and you can find your skills and fields uh, related stuff if you haven't discovered yet, because this video is a inconsistency of my previous earlier videos as a career development. So and if you have a question, you can please comment below under my video. I'm happy to reply you. um, so I'm available for any discussion question if you have, uh, Jenny or Ifzal. If you have any question, please let me know. You can think about, and next week I will, if you have specific topic related to your career or job, I will prepare that for you. You can comment on the video below as well, or send me a message as well if you want. Otherwise, I will continue to uh, explore the um, career upgradation or job hunting related stuff. Um, I think I will further go for next topic of career development, uh, which is how to find different fields. Is again is related with a career change as well, but I will specifically highlight different fields, different type of industries, different type of professions you can do or you can think about, and you can choose one of them. So more or less, I will be discussing these things. So if you are not really sure about your career in specific field, industry, or professions, um, like earlier I mentioned, I show you this picture, um, this one. Um, so, which type of person you are actually? Don't think wrongly, which you like. It doesn't matter. What matter? What you are actually. You are that middle lady or a middle that person who look like a manager or director in our office, or they run a department, or you are a highly skillful worker like these are doctor, or you are in some technical like he looks like a chef, or you are a janitor or a cleaner, or you have a skill in cleaning stuff, yeah, or you are a repair lady or repair man like this one. Like I am a repair man as well in my other entrepreneurship as well. But I'm at the moment, I'm a boss as well. So I have a multiple roles as well. I'm a boss. In my current company, I'm a highly skilled master technician or engineer as well. So, what you want to become, what who you are actually, or if you haven't explored, you need to explore. If you haven't learned that skill, what you want to become, you must go for a career skill, not for the degree. If you don't have money, because degree will not give you what you are looking for uh, until you have enough money. Like I last time I mentioned you that skills have much more productive stuff than degrees if you are looking for, because degree may have obviously degrees give you so many skills, but nowadays degrees you can get from higher high schools, college, or big universities, which have proper tough criteria and so much money you need to do. Yeah. So, so these are the things which I can recommend you, and you need to do those type of jobs which have big scope. Like last time I discussed with you, you may have a skills related with data or numbers, or you may have a skills or interest with people management, or maybe you are a good with handling the things. So don't rely on this bottom part, because nowadays people are firing on these jobs. You need to be something related on a higher mental level or in the middle of these type of things, then you can secure your job. Yeah. So, um, or you can watch my previous video, or then you will have a discussion. So I hope no one has a question. There are two meaning: either you understand everything, or maybe you don't understand anything. So I believe I am very optimistic that you understood all things which I give you the idea. If you are watching my video on a recording or my live audience as well. So if you haven't joined my YouTube channel, please subscribe it, share it with your friend and family. I will bring lot of new things and more productive things which can give you a change in your career or in your life as well. These are some of my links of my some business websites, or my blog, or some of the Facebook groups, and my YouTube channel as well. So I will see you next week with the next great some stuff. And thank you very much for watching this video and joining me in a live session. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh. Hey, Maratib.